Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the deep playthrough of Hitman World of Assassination. We are starting Colombia. I think it's Santa Fortuna, and before getting into the level it will be like exploration phase. It's quite a big level, I understand. I think maybe 3 separate areas or 3 distinct areas. But before doing that, as usual, I will be reading the target bios, which probably will take some time, because they're usually super long and to get through. But you know what? I am already going to start the level, because maybe then there will be less music while I read it, because it's very loud in my headset. One moment. We will just go with the standard outfit. I could use a lockpick, but I also like the challenge of figuring out stuff without a lockpick. So let's just... Yeah, or shall I take a lockpick? It will be much quicker, of course. No, let's just see how far we get. Otherwise there's also no use in finding keys, because you don't need them, I think. You can just lockpick everything. Anyways, these bios, they are pretty long, but I do think they're worth it, because they really provide some context and also sometimes references in-game that are made. Then you already know, you understand it just that bit better, because you've have background information from the bios.
Welcome to Colombia, 47. The remote village of Santa Fortuna awaits you deep inside the Colombian rainforest.
We already saw this at the ending of the previous episode.
An iron-fisted Delgado cartel rules over the village
but
and
I
its
will let
surroundings.
it play anyways. Just
Security
to
around
get more
Santa
familiar.
Fortuna and the closed-off cartel compound is extremely tight. Armed sicarios patrol the streets of the village, ready to enforce harsh punishments to those who do not comply. Rumors persist of hidden transportation cave systems connecting the village, the cartel compound, and the hidden coca fields beyond. It is a rare occurrence to have all 3 cartel leaders present in the village at the same time. Expect that all targets are protected by scrupulous killers, armed with automatic weapons. Rico Delgado inhabits his fortified mansion on the outskirts of the village, while Andrea Martinez can be found in her village office or around Santa Fortuna itself. And Jorge Franco is engaged in development of a new drug in his field laboratory. Happy hunting, 47.
Right, here we are, 3-headed serpent, Santa Fortuna, Colombia. And let's hope, if I now read the bios, that we don't have that super loud music. Nope, we don't, so that's nice. So yeah, let's get through it. Rico Delgado. Rico Delgado is the dictatorial head of the Delgado cartel, a supremely successful family-based drug cartel based in Colombia. Rico uses his ruthless nature and personal charm to sway the minds of adversaries and partners alike, favoring the old ways of offering people the choice between silver and lead. Rico Delgado grew up with his younger brother Hector in the volatile cartel business during the early 90s. Rico was quickly chosen to be the successor of his father, though he had to postpone that plan when the Colombian government cracked down hard on the cartels. Rico had to flee the family estate with his mother and younger brother when the military started bombing the compound, and just days later he would see pictures of his dead father in the newspapers and the hurt on his mother's face. Living with his mother's relatives in Santiago and spending summers with his uncle Fernando, who ran the infamous Delgado cartel out of his old vineyard, Rico eventually decided he needed to go back home to Colombia to rebuild his father's empire. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is Santiago in Colombia? I don't think so, right? That's Chile, I think. What met him was a ruin, but people in the nearby village still remembered the good Don Delgado and what he had done for the villagers. The locals helped Rico rebuild parts of the Delgado mansion grounds, and he also discovered that the locals had kept on growing the local coca fields. With this With things in progress, Rico started on a plan to rebuild the Delgado Empire, determined to bring the Delgado name back to its glory days. Rico saw the rebuilding of his family empire as his primary objective in life. With the occasional assistance of his younger brother Hector and the full-time support of his uncle Fernando's adopted daughter Andrea Martinez, Rico Delgado quickly liaised with the Delgado family's connections and old smugglers, rebuilding the network from the ground up. To begin with, the trio focused on various types of contraband to keep under the radar and to build up a solid logistics network, but he soon got back into drugs as well. Alright, so he is also doing other contrabands, I don't know, weapons or something. In contraband usually is drugs, right? Or yeah, it's maybe a bit broader. In 2009, Rico Delgado got in touch with his uncle's old chemist and brought him to Colombia, and together they started a new production line hidden away in the nearby jungles. Alright, that's Rico. It's, I think, the main target. Then we have the chemist. George Franco was born in Santiago at a time when Chile was slowly starting to make real progress as a country and society. As a child, Franco would often overhear his father having strange conversations in foreign languages with burly-looking men clearly not from the government. Domestic abuse was a regular thing in the Franco household, and the children quickly learned to stay away from the house when George Sr. was in one of his moods. When Pinochet took over in 1973, violence came with him. George Franco Sr. vanished without a trace one evening in 1976, and 2 weeks later, young George and his siblings were crossing the border into Argentina. From there, they traveled to the United States. While Franco was never quite sure how his mother managed to get them into the US, he later assumed that his mother simply provided the American government with all the information she had overheard his father sharing with the Russians that frequented their home. Franco eventually graduated from college in the early 1980s, holding a degree in natural science with a chemistry focus. He got a job working for a local high school where he taught chemistry and physics for many years, while at the same time building up a rather unhealthy gambling addiction. After Pinochet was removed from power, Franco decided to go back to Chile. So where did he go? Argentina, yes, I think. No, and then the US. After Pinochet was removed from power, Franco decided to go back to Chile to discover his roots. His mother had passed a few years earlier, and Franco never really found the US to be a suitable home. Besides, he owed a substantial amount of money to a local gangster due to his habit of betting on the wrong horse. So Franco simply ran away, leaving a wife and young child to fend for themselves. What an asshole. While Franco didn't discover what happened to his father, he did manage to find some rather unsavory people. One of those people was Fernando Delgado, a winemaker of small repute and a known drug manufacturer who would often lend money to people in exchange for favors. Upon learning that Franco was a gifted chemist, Delgado told him he'd waive any debts in exchange for his services as a chemist. Franco agreed and found, right, how much money was that? Substantial amount of money he owed, so it's an unspecified amount. Delgado told him he'd waive any debts in exchange for his services as a chemist. Franco agreed and found that the vocation suited his needs very well indeed. He stayed with the Delgados until 2004. So when did he started there? After Pinochet was removed from power, he went back to Chile. Right. And then he stayed with the Delgados until 2004 when everything was torn down around him. Don Fernando and his son were killed in freak accidents and the empire crumbled around him. So this is with the father of Rico Delgado. So that is Fernando Delgado, or Don Delgado. Don Fernando, and his son were killed in freak accidents and the empire crumbled around him. Franco, fearing for his life and suffering from severe PTSD. Who is Franco? George Franco, so that's his last name. I thought it was his first name. It's suffering from severe PTSD, went into hiding, but was brought back a few years later when Fernando Delgado's young nephew Rico found him and brought him to Colombia. Franco was never quite the same though. Franco has now been working with Rico Delgado and his partner Andrea Martinez for more than a decade. He has developed several new brands of cocaine for an ever hungrier market and is considered a full partner in the Delgado cartel. He still suffers from the occasional lapse into gambling, but has managed to turn his focus more and more on running the manufacturing part of the process. Alright, George Franco, and then we have Andrea Martinez. Andrea Martinez is a cutthroat former marketing executive now working for the Delgado empire. She worked in advertising for a few years but was drawn to the dangerous life of her rougher friends, the Delgado brothers Rico and Hector. The allure of the drug business was tempting, so when Rico Delgado one day asked her to come along and rebuild the Delgado empire, she immediately quit her job and went with him and Hector. The youngest daughter of the head of a Chilean cocaine cartel, Andrea Martinez grew up playing in the vast coca fields of her family's rural estate. When Andrea was 14, it was determined that she was to be sent abroad to study, while her older brothers were to take over the family business. Her father wanted her as far away from his dangerous trade as possible. However, only a week before her planned departure to the United States, the government cracked down on the Martinez estate and slaughtered everyone there while Andrea was visiting her uncle Fernando Delgado. So they're related somewhat. But in the first section is her rougher friends, the Delgado brothers. But in the second section it is she was visiting her uncle Fernando Delgado. So they're not only friends, they're related. Now orphaned, Andrea was taken in by Don Fernando and treated as his own daughter. Fernando Delgado honored his friends' wishes and sent Andrea to America to get an education. She returned to Chile in 2002, living at the Delgado Villa for a few months before moving to Santiago, where she met up with Rico Delgado and formed a friendship with him. Determined to honor her father's wish and her uncle's expectations, she got a job in the advertising industry and worked there for a couple of years as a marketing executive. But tragedy struck as Fernando Delgado and his son were killed in an apparent accident in 2004. The effective dismantling of the cartel following their deaths, however, brought back the specter of the past, and Martinez realized that some hidden hand was behind the deaths. Worried for her life, she fled Chile and ended up in Colombia with Rico Delgado and his brother Hector. Alright, but where did she originally came from? Man, this is quite... she was originally from a Chilean cocaine cartel, or grew up there. And the Delgados were originally from Colombia, I guess. She went after the US back to Chile, but then after no, she grew up in Chile. Her parents were slaughtered. She went to Colombia, to the Delgados who were there. Then she went to the US to study. Then she returned to Chile, so her home country. Then her Colombian stepfather, so to say, Fernando Delgado, was also killed. Then she was fearing for her life. And then she fled Chile, where she was a marketing exec. And she actually also met Rico Delgado in Chile, who was there for some time as well. And then she worried about her life with Don Fernando death, her own family death. So she fled Chile and returned to Colombia with Rico and his brother Hector. So worried for her life, she fled Chile and ended up in Colombia with Rico Delgado and his brother Hector. Together the trio started what would eventually become the reformed Delgado cartel, quickly starting a new business and getting Martinez's hands dirty by creating a series of legal fronts. Quickly starting a new business and getting Martinez's hands dirty by creating a series of legal fronts for what would quickly grow into a substantial criminal empire. A vital part of Delgado's organization, Andrea Martinez travels the world under a range of assumed identities, expanding the business and making sure everything runs smoothly. Where Rico Delgado is responsible for the trafficking side of the business, Martinez is responsible for the business side of things. She engages in the bribing of officials, extortion and information gathering that ensures the other cartels are kept in check. And she keeps the public eye away from Rico Delgado through her magnificent skills and spinning stories and extorting people based on the information she gathers through networks like IAGO. Alright, so these are the three targets, Rico, George and Andrea. Andrea apparently can be in her office or wandering around Santa Fortuna, I guess the village is called. George is mostly, I think, in his lab/manufacturing area. And Rico is, I think, mostly in his high security compound. So, here we go. Exploration time. Let's check the map. Still quite a lot of levels. Sometimes I find I do like verticality, but god damn it, this is a big map. Alright, there's a lot of jungle, so that helps. So this is underground. So these are probably the cavern tunnels. Now this, yeah, I think so. That's were mentioned in the intro cutscene. This is regular ground level. So let's start exploring all these icons. Then we have a little bit higher up in the village, and I assume this to be the compound with a little side area over here. And does that side area, yes, that side area gets into the tunnels, so to say, the underground tunnels, because this is the, there's the stairs, and the higher you get, it still remains here, and here there's a connection to the, on the first and second floor there's, or ground level and first floor, I don't know how you say it in the US. I think in the US ground floor is first floor, and what we deem in Europe the first floor is their second floor. But anyways, there is a connection to the compounds from the tunnels, and then we also have the level 2, which is only the highest level in the compound itself. I would say the attic area. One target is in the compound, one target is in her office in the village. Then we're still missing one other target. That's this guy working in his laboratory. Alright, so I still find it a little bit unclear, these icons of these, or maybe not. No, I don't find it unclear, it's clear. This is underground, so this is the stairs going up. And this is that same stair, but then ground floor, so it's a stair going down. Sometimes I thought these arrows were a bit confusing, but it was probably just me. So now let's start by exploring this area of Santa Fortuna, like the village area. Not sure what this is, maybe the coca fields. This is the compound, and over here I think is the manufacturing part, and over here I have no idea. Could check it out. Yes, let's first check out this one, then this one, and then that one. Nice. What do we have? We have silent pistol, 3 coins, camera and fiber wire. Alright, so first we will go outside of the... what the hell does it say? Colombia. It says the same as on that poster. Maestre Grande, Big Master, 6 and 7 June, Colombia. Anyways, first we go a little bit outside the compounds, and I think, or outside the village. The compound will be there, I'm pretty sure. Yes, we are now straight looking at it. So there's an initial area, and then you have the with a gate here, but then a second gate, and then you have the actual villa. Alright, I don't have anything to unlock the door, but I like that challenge. Pharmacia, where we can probably get some poison or stuff. Everything is closed, except for that. Ah. Holy shit, there's an entrance here. Alright, and that leads to the tunnel section. Here we go. So there's a pretty quick way to the compound through here. Holy shit, you can just follow the tunnel and bam, there you are.
Not good enough, man. Not even close. Get out of here.
Alright, where the hell is that? Ah, there's a camera. I do like the change of scenery. I'm not sure whether people really like Fortuna. Not that it matters, it's all personal taste. But my first impression is quite positive.
Little toy locker.
Right, why is this one not open? I don't understand. Would like to... check it out. I don't understand. Maybe it's the time of the day. Let's check out the store. Which is actually not, it doesn't have an unexplored area indicator. It is a bit weird. Or maybe from 2 years ago when I played it. I cannot imagine.
And how may I help you today, senor?
I'm just browsing.
Alright, free melee weapon. Ah, isn't that the woman? Ah, no, there she is.
Buenos días, señor.
Alright, why is everything locked down? I don't know.
And how may I help you today,
Alright,
senor?
we have a coin over there. But I already have 3 coins, which is enough for now.
Hey, mister. Please get out of my face.
You walk into me, lady.
Por favor, don't use the back door, sir. It's for employees only. Gracias.
Alright, and why is that guy, why does he have an outline? I disabled all crap like that. I hate HUDs. No HUDs for me, people.
I thought this one through. When the rickshaw is ready, I'm gonna take the tourists down the bumpy road and watch all their spare change fall out. I wouldn't consider that theft.
Oye, ahora me acuerdo. I was the one who told you to sell this place the day you inherited. If you had listened to me, you wouldn't have to come up with all these half-baked schemes.
True. I hear you. Man, I'm really looking forward to this level somehow. It's again a pity that I have so little time because of full-time job. I would give so much just to be able to quit my job and have more time. But unfortunately, nothing is for free. Alright, we can get that guy out of here if we want. Can you also hide propane tanks? No, you cannot. Alright, what the hell? Is that a radio or a generator or something? Or table? Yeah, it's just a chest. Alright, we have like a little... How do you call it? Altar? Praying spots? Sanctimonium? I have no idea.
Listen to what I'm saying, lady. I'm going to a baptism, and I need to look better than everybody else at the service, especially better than that slut Mercedes who's eyeing my boyfriend. So don't give me that bullshit. The pictures in the catalogue looked completely different. This is clearly not genuine snakeskin, and the heel is way too low. This is like a pair of damn plastic flip-flops or something. What? No, 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 that's not okay. I don't care if sale items can't be returned. You give me my money back, or I'm gonna come down to the store and make your life miserable. And believe me, I'm good at making scenes. Are we clear? Goodbye.
Right, she's not happy with her shoes. I wonder whether there will be alligators in this level. That would be pretty cool.
I still can't believe it. Oh, you can see how I know local art is kind of like this. I mean,
It's so annoying when dialogues are triggered, but too far away to hear them. I don't want to miss lore, so to say, or information. Just all right. P-Power, celebrity tattooist of Tattoo Torment fame. Has come to Santa Fortuna, presumably to work his magic on Rico Delgado. A known ink enthusiast. Sounds like an invitation to the mansion. Alright, so this seems like indeed a pretty easy way to get in there.
Lucky guy. I wish I could afford one of his pieces.
Ah, his work isn't that impressive. All he really seems to be doing is touch-ups and cover-ups of botched work on that reality TV show of his. Improving on stuff that looks like crap probably isn't too hard, you know?
I think you're wrong. His line work is to die for.
I still say he's a poser. Look at his sleeves. For crying out loud, those are obviously fake. Tell you what, let's go back to the bar and spy on him some more. I'll prove it to you. We're never gonna find that hostel on our own anyway.
Fine by me.
Right. We have some globe-trotting students. And there's the village. I'm, by the way, going in totally opposite direction of what I was setting out to do.
You know, I didn't even think about that. Would it be too much to ask for an autograph?
Well, as long as you don't ask him to sign your chest, I'm guessing it's okay.
Oh, well, there goes that idea.
Pretty funny that they have like more dialogue if you follow them. It's not much, but it's still there. So That I like that, because who follows them like this close or slow like I am doing? Not a lot of people. And if you wouldn't have done it, you wouldn't have heard it. So it's really nice that they put it in there anyways. It makes it really feel authentic. To me, at least. Right. This is a little bit...
Still don't think it's the real P-Power.
I just don't see what he'd be doing here. But, tell you what, I'll drop inside the bar and have a closer look.
Well, I'm gonna stay out here and try and snap a few pictures of him. They'll be worth so much when you prove he's the real deal.
Dream on, darling.
Alright, anyways, it's a bit reminiscent to the last, this Village Lara Croft game. That also a playthrough I still have to finish. Alright, let's check out
That is
two
P-Power.
artists.
Real name, Paul Powers. Celebrity tattoo artist and reality TV star.
Hey, P.
Hey, ¿qué pasa?
Just browsing.
Holy shit, people with tattoos on their head. I really don't get that. Anywho. We have found one way in. Always nice. Could take somebody out or distract somebody here, hide him.
Yeah, Dexy? It's me. Look, I'm in real trouble here. Call me back, all right?
Alright, he's in trouble somehow. Freedom fighters. Man, there is so much detail and content. Cooking channel.
Mate, I'm telling you, I've been in some crazy shit before, but this takes the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Know where I'm supposed to be right now? The Delgado Mansion. Just knock on the front gate, they said. And then what? Walk in and tattoo the world's most notorious cartel boss.
I can see how that's not easy.
I heard he kills people. Just for fun. Imagine what he'd do to me if I messed up.
Oh, sure, he's dangerous. But it's his wife you need to look out for, caballero.
I'm a dead man.
Alright, I would also not be very comfortable tattooing a cartel boss. Alright, there's of course a way to... Why can't I do something?
Dexy, it's me again. I think this drug lord is gonna kill me. If I mess up, he's going to kill me. You have to help me here. Call me ASAP.
Look like you're running a fever or something.
Fine, just need to cool off here.
All right. Let me know if you need anything cold to drink, parce.
Alright, would have been nice if I could have put some emetic poison in his drink so he would get over here. And we could hide his body over here.
Colombian hero? My ass. You can't hit a burn door with a mandola. Goddamn loser.
Tourists. Right, where the hell did we come from?
Quite the party last night, huh?
Que sí.
To the right.
It's the first time in a while I've seen people just passed out in the street.
Those band guys really know how to drink. Impressive that they're still alive, to be honest.
Apparently there's a band in town, I guess. Alright, what to do? Shall I continue with my initial objective? Yeah, let's do that, because there... maybe not. I already almost did the whole village. Because my initial plan was to check out this one and this one. But yeah, let's do that afterwards. And for now, let's clear out this little village. Or part of the village. I saw over there. What the hell is this? There are multiple ways out. Why does that guy have like a face mask?
You heard the news about the Morenos? How they had 15 guys in lockup in Mala, and yet all of them worked 2 hours after Brim broke in?
That's only half the story. Martinez had spent 6 months setting them up, talking to the Guatemalan military under the cover of diplomacy. And they were practically at the compound, ready to raid the whole place, take down everyone, and...
You mind leaving us alone, man?
Right.
That's only half the story. Martinez had spent 6 months setting them up, talking to the Guatemalan military under the cover of diplomacy. And they were practically at the compound, ready to raid the whole place, take down everyone. And then, poof, nothing. 15 guys brought in by the local police.
Pibe, love the
I heard
fish.
they had beer there.
I swear to God, amigos, they've got someone looking out for them. Someone powerful.
Clearly. And it's pissing off the bosses like nothing I've ever seen. I think that's why Rico's talking to that new guy, the gringo. He knows things. Might make a difference.
I should hope so.
Right, you may turn around now. Can I open this one? No. It's also locked. Shall I just unlock it? Ah, I don't even have a crowbar. Yeah, so a lockpick is very handy, but yeah. And it's also quite lore for an assassin to carry a lockpick, but to me it also feels like, I wouldn't say cheating, but making it needlessly easy. Right, there's a festival, Delgado's statue. The ever-classy Rico Delgado has commissioned a statue of himself to adorn the village square. Today's unveiling ceremony will feature a local band and Rico Delgado will attend in person. This should be a unique opportunity to engage Delgado outside the walls of his compound. Alright, true. So that was the band that they were talking about. Well, I don't see any statue here. Maybe they will drive it in later.
Look at that fancy shit.
Right, let's check it out over here. Alright, this gets up to this house over here. Maybe that's where Rico Delgado will be once he gets into town. Another sanctimonium or altar, and here we have the villa or the compound. Where the hell is the waterfall? There it is. Where is the camera? There it is. There are 2 cameras. shovel. We can climb up over here. Compounds. A lot of guys around. I don't see the target walking around. Otherwise you could pretty easily, I guess, just bring a sniper rifle and pop him in the head from here. I see a gardener and a lot of security guys. Sports car in the garage. There's also a side entrance. Where does that go? Side entrance. We are here. So this is the side entrance, which goes to that laboratory factory area. Why was I called trespassing? Did it say trespassing or just regular caught on the camera? Let's see if I lost my silent assassin. Not that it matters, it's only exploration time, but I noticed that in Hokkaido as well, that the camera was green. Maybe it just said you're being recorded by camera, but somehow... Yes. I was recorded doing something illegal on the camera. I know, every camera that records you removes your silent assassin until you destroy the evidence of the footage. But still, what does it say? Recorded? It must have been me, but I thought it said you're recorded trespassing, but probably not, because I probably misread it, because otherwise, if it would have been trespassing, it should also probably be a red notification box instead of a green one. Yeah, so also to get a feel for the relative distances, let's get back to that village quickly. So that goes to a building. This is the main streets. That goes to the village square. And with the security here, it wouldn't surprise me if during the ceremony the Rico Delgado guy goes into the back over here. And then... there's the statue actually, yes. That's, I thought it would have been a building here, but it's actually the statue. So he will be up there probably. And then we had two side roads. Back to that part of the village where we were. At least I thought so. What's lying here? Nice, thank you very much. So there was one here, there's just one over there, and then you'll have the big street over here. So that's all pretty clear.
That smell of fried fish makes my mouth water. Can't wait to taste those buñuelos.
It's my personal twist. Initially, I was a bit unsure, but your weird enthusiasm has convinced me to stay the course.
Man, all these doors are locked. Are these areas to be explored? Yes, that's the little house that I want to explore actually. I don't have anything to break it open yet. Ah, this one is open.
I told my...
Oh shit. I'm not sure whether this is like a restricted area. Yeah, I think so. He's coming over here. Yes, they don't like that. Let's see if that actually triggers the loss of Silent Assassin. It was yellow before. Is it now red? No, not yet. I could take out this guy, obviously, but where to hide him?
I told my wife about what we saw last night. She didn't believe a word of it. My own wife!
Reinforcements? Did you?
Why not? That's what it was.
You are such an idiot. I told you it was a submarine. Probably belonged to the
Says you, but I seen some strange things over by that waterfall. Odd sounds, weird lights, and that shape.
Submarine. A villager claims to have seen something large emerge from under a local waterfall close to the village. His friend insists it's a submarine used by the cartel for various nefarious purposes.
It looked exactly like that thing from the lake in Scotland. I saw a video of it on YouTube. I'm telling you, it's a monster!
I'm telling you, you're an idiot.
Pretty funny dialogue. Right, we can mess about with that engine stance. What can we do with it? We can turn it on. Alright, let's leave these guys. I assume we now export that building. Yes, that's a warehouse. The bar we checked out. What was this? I assume this will be like a coca fields or something. We have to check that out later. Is that way? Yes. Alright, let's check it out until the bridge. Poor guy. Can we just walk out of the level? How far can we go? Nope. Ah, they're building, it's a construction site. Interesting.
Get lost, bud.
Interesting. And we have like some paths through the jungle. Dimension guards. Dead over here. Let's just take his clothes. Why not? This looks like a pretty good sniping spot. Oh, what was this? Poisonous flower, lethal. Nice. Can you imagine lethal flowers? Not where I am from, but I'm sure they exist. God damn it. I do find these varans, at least that's how we call them, or not sure what the English term is. Maybe they're also. Let's make that a learning moment. One moment. Almost there, almost there. Alright, that didn't work, sorry. I'm just curious whether it's the exact same term or... The problem is, varan, it's also a verb for sailing. So, afern is what it's called in English. Alright, where I'm from it's varan. Anywho, I find the, I really like the whole, the graphics, although they, for a 1 to 2 year old game, they are slightly underwhelming. I'm not sure why. They could have added a little bit of fog or something. On the other hand, it's also fine as it is. But I find these textures, for instance, that you have like these dark gray leaves, and then the fern, which is like oversaturated light gray. I find that it's slightly oversaturated, maybe, the game. It could be a bit more gritty and realistic, if you ask me. Anyways, that is just my opinion. Who am I? Anywho, we now more or less checked out this little area, I guess. Let's check it out one more time. So we have one route to the left. That's the first one. Then we have another one. Yeah, we checked it out. This is the other path to the left, and then we have one over here to the left, and this is where we found the disguise, which is quite nice. Free disguise, no need to do anything for it. I just wonder how effective it is. Will they see through it? Let's check it out. Yes, they see through it. They became suspicious. I heard the suspicion sounds. Alright, so that part is cleared, the bridge. So we have like a construction building. This is the warehouse. That's the little bar. Then let's. By the way, guys, I have to end the episode because I'm already way over the 45-minute marker. Nice, a crowbar. That's what I was looking for. To open up locked doors. Can I jump into the water? No. Guys, we'll continue in the next one. Hope you enjoyed just casual exploring, or not casual, actually quite thorough exploring. And then I will make also searching for kill opportunities, like the tattoo guy, or the new statue revelation or release party in the village itself. We'll continue that in the next episodes. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you there. And for the meantime, don't forget always to keep on gaming. Clicker.